Welcome to Local BGR. I'm Ishwar. Thank you for following this channel. And if you like this channel, please subscribe to this channel. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up. And then if you think there's any improvisation I can do in these reviews, please go ahead, leave a comment. And if you think, if you want me to do any review on a board game, please leave it in the option, please. I mean, at the comment section, and then I will do it in the future for you all. Okay, today I'm going to talk about an imported game, which I like. I think I love this game. I have 5 copies of it, 5 different copies of it, and I'm going to introduce you to Monopoly. Okay, I think this is the most hated game by the communists, and what I'm currently holding is the one of the oldest version over here of the copy. I think it was published in 1979. Um, it was published by Waddington, and I got this copy from Carousel as well. And I think I bought it in a, I think quite expensive. I mean, quite a heavy price for it. I paid for it, but all the components were inside it, and it was awesome. I'm not going to play with it. I'm going to just keep it for decoration purpose, because I love collecting all these vintage board games. It gives me good memories. For me, I feel that Monopoly is a awesome game because it it creates it's one thing. It's accessibility. Accessibility is fantastic for Monopoly, and it has different genre. So those people who love Game of Thrones, a fan of Game of Thrones, or fan of Deadpool, or fan of Lion King, or any other movies or comics, I think they have different kind of versions for it. And the accessibility where you can purchase it in Taurus and any game shops in Singapore was awesome, and it comes cheap. It's from our own assumption. I think the most playable game around the world, other than chess, is would be Monopoly, because it's easy accessibility. So yeah, so that was one thing I really love about Monopoly. The another one I'm going to introduce you to is, out of my 5 of it, one more I'm going to introduce you to the Singapore edition of it. I think this is the second version of Singapore edition which I'm holding on to. This was bought to be for me by my auntie. It holds a lot of memories for me. I played with it a couple of times, and it's going under my vintage collection. And this was published in 1993. And the first version of Singapore edition was published in 1987. So that was around, um, I think after I was born. And I think these games are fantastic because it comes with our own local properties. Where when we see Nasim Road or we see Balestier, we get excited. We purchase them, and you know that Nasim Road is quite expensive, and somebody's going to land there, and the rent is going to be very high. Um, Other than that, I think the UK edition, which I showed you all earlier, also was quite fantastic because it comes with some of the properties. Back then, I didn't know. Now, I think I could relate to it because, like Whitechapel, where I could relate it to correlated to Jack the Ripper. Yeah. So I love murder mystery. So the first thing when I see Whitechapel, I could get reminded of was Jack the Ripper, and yeah. So see, so it's something which I like. So nowadays kids are very very lucky because they could somehow relate to the game by buying the different kind of genre of the Monopoly. But back then I was not able to. They didn't had that much of different versions of it. But now there's so many different versions of it. I'm so lucky that I can purchase one of my favorite ones, which I'm a fan of. Like I'm currently going to look forward for purchasing the Stranger Things Monopoly. So yeah, so one thing is the accessibility and the different genre of it. So that brings me to the other versions, or other 3 versions of it. And what I'm going to show you all is the Saw Loser version. Okay, the Saw Loser version is also awesome, and the pulling factor for this Saw Loser version was the tokens which came along with it. I've not played this game, but I love the tokens in them because the tokens in them comes with the wheel clamped car, and I think it comes with the also the T-Rex. The T-Rex was the pulling factor because the T-Rex comes with, like, looks like the Jurassic Park roaring scene of the T-Rex. So it was awesome. And one thing came extra which I never expected was the old man. and he has eventually has a name for himself. I think his name was Pennyback, the old man Pennyback or something like that. So that was one of the things which I learned when I bought this game. So yeah, I'm a sucker for mini, and this was an awesome collection for me. And I've not played, but I've seen people playing the Saw Loser version of it, and it's interesting as well. Uh, it's uh, it's for those people who have played Monopoly a couple of times and they're bored with it. They want to take a next step. I think I would suggest Saw Loser would be a very good choice. And after the gameplay, I've seen people after they played. I think my personal review would be a 2.8 over 5 because it's basic and at the same time it was fun to play. For those people who don't like other people to win, like typical Saw Loser, which the team itself explains. The next one I'm going to introduce you to the Cheetahs edition. Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry that you're not able to see it. If you can see it, yeah. This was a pulling factor. The pulling factor for me was the handcuff. Um, it looked nice. Okay, I have cheated Monopoly couple of times when I played. I mean, I played a lot of times, but in a couple of sessions, I've cheated the Monopoly because I based it on house rules and I came up with my own house rules which benefited me. So this game, it attracted me lah basically. So when I bought it, I didn't had any idea of the tokens, but when I went through the tokens of it, it was awesome. It was mind blowing because the tokens came with attached to something like not the schnauzer. It's I think the terrier comes with it is trying to dig and keep the evidence. So it lies with the with a kind of crime or they do to for cheaters. They're trying to hide things, and so the gameplay is also fantastic because if you cheat and win if you cheat without other people knowing and you explain the cheat and you're able to collect a particular cheat card which also let you win the game or move you to the next step in the game. So I love the rules when I played it, and also the one thing which I think as a disadvantage is because of the mass production, the quality of these monopolies are quite cheap. Sorry to say this, but it's those where it tend to break down very easily or wear out very easily if you played a couple of times, such as the handcuff. I think after a couple of times, I think the plastic may break. So my only suggestion to Hasbro would be in future, people like me who are ardent fan of Monopoly, they should get add-ons for like mats which are printed with the board game, or even the cash which are those which cannot be torn apart or can last even longer. That is the only suggestion I would give Hasbro for them to make it in the future and as an add-on, so that people who are love to play it every time can purchase these items and have it under their collection and play it as many times as they want. um, for Cheetahs edition, I would give a 2.7. Although it came out the neon colors and I love it, I think a Saw Loser wins out between Cheetahs edition. But both of them are fantastic, so it takes you to the next level of Monopoly. The other one, okay, this is out of all these four, out of this five, this is my favorite of all, and I've never opened it up. It's still in the cling wrap, and I'm keeping it for exhibition purpose only, and it has a lot of memories. Ta-da! This is the Louvre version of Monopoly. Okay, it doesn't have any pulling factor like the earlier ones which I've mentioned. It doesn't have any additional tokens or something, different kind of tokens just for catering for Louvre Museum. It comes with the basic tokens. The beautiful thing about this game is it comes with the cash or the money with Mona Lisa's picture on it. That's the only catch about this, and I bought it because of memories. Because I went to Louvre Museum, and this caught my eyes, and I said, "No, I'm buying this." And thankful enough, my wife allowed me to purchase this, and I'm going to keep this as a memory, and I'm always going to keep it on my shelf. So yeah, so for this, I'm not going to rate it because it is a game which I'm going to keep it close to my heart. So yeah, there's no rating for this particular one. But other than that, I'm going to give the other two is 2.8 and 2.7 over 5, which I think it's I think everybody should play Monopoly. So that's the reason I'm doing this review for also. So if you get a chance, try out these two games. Okay, if you're a vintage collector, I think the older versions are fantastic for you to buy and keep them. What else? Yeah, that's all for the review for these games. Okay, if you think if you want me to do more review about in-depth version of the games, please let me know in the comment section. Then I will do it. For this, as a beginners, I'm going to give a light introduction to the games which are close to my heart, which earlier I said on the previous video, which I did on holiday. Now I'm doing this, and the next one I'm going to do is during my primary school days I played this game, and it's an awesome game. And for the next video I'll share it. All right, thank you for watching these videos, and please subscribe to local BGR, support me if you can. Put a thumbs up for this video, and I'll try to make as much videos as I can to just exhibit my love for board games. All right, thank you.